No, I'm not done with my rant on Duolingo, okay? And then you got this guy, old boy, coming at me in the comment section talking about how this is not the best way to retain viewerships. You're just complaining and not offering any alternatives. You want some alternatives? How about this? Or this. Swipe, swipe. Just picked up some bands, come again. Or even this. You think I'm joking, but I would be happier if all of you just did that other than the stupid app. There are good apps, okay? There are apps out there that are good, that can help you, that can be good supplements. It is not all apps, but this app in particular has 500 million users, something like 50 million daily active users. And they all have stories. I guarantee you they all have stories, just like we got our first comment ever on the channel on a video. And it's a guy who says, I started learning Spanish in 2012. Used every language program I could find. He used the Rosetta, Mango languages, even Duolingo when it came out. He spent 30 minutes every day after 10 years. Bro, do you understand? He lost 10 years. 10 years of people he couldn't talk to. 10 years of content he couldn't read. 10 years. 10. You don't think by now we don't need to be shook? Someone has to wake us up? Are you kidding me right now? It took him 10 years. Do you want everybody else to take 10 years? No one is getting fluent from Duolingo. No. Do you want to talk about real solutions? Fine, let's talk about real solutions. Number one, the traditional method, the one that we learned in school, the one that makes you go down, understand charts, never speak the language, do a bunch of testing. That doesn't work either, okay? Now, when I say it doesn't work, I'm not saying that some exposure to the language won't allow you to speak at some level, that you won't be good, you won't get something. You will get something out of it. Your goal when you went in was not to get something out of it. Your goal was to be able to speak, converse, understand the language, to engage with the language. That was the goal. The goal was not to be able to pass the test. So we have to establish that first. When I now tell you that high frequency words, and if you've never heard of that, I had a discussion on the other channel talking about this specifically. We all have same common human emotions, all right? I want, I need, I eat, I drink, this is a book, there are words that we just run into. That's where you need to start. First and foremost. Now, you may have heard this before, and you're thinking, that is not special. But it is, because the thing that matters most is not that you know what to do, it's how you do it. How you assimilate these high-frequency words into your study is what's going to make you a better language learner, period. So you taking that list, putting it up on your wall, and going, I'm just going to memorize these, and then I'm going to regurgitate them tomorrow in a perfect sentence. Not going to work. I take that back. It's going to work. You're going to suck. You're going to suck. It will suck. You will talk stupid. Blah. Oh, God, this feels so good. You guys don't understand how long I have held this in. You don't understand. I mean, I know, once again, the video is not going to be seen by anybody, so it doesn't matter. This is just a random dude. It's just a random guy on the internet rambling, the ramblings of a psycho. Anyway, the point is, the way to assimilate these words, by and large, is through comprehensible input. And what comprehensible input is that when you are looking to learn, study, watch any sort of content in your target language, it must be 90, 85, 95% intelligible to you. You need to get these 100 verbs, these 100 words, and then you need to have content that's allowing you to engage with them in a way that's natural, all right? So that you see it being done. I drink, voy a beber algo. Ahora. Ja moram nešto pit. I don't know, okay? Whatever. You get the point. Slow and understood. Period. Start there. If you start there, you will save yourself so much more time than having to go back and translating things from Duolingo, which is going to be keeping you in your mother tongue, which is the problem, is that you're changing your operating system. Our method is called artificial immersion. The reason it's artificial is because you are not actually living in that country, and that is how I learned Italian. I had to create a world in which I could actually immerse myself, but I'm not there. And so you need to do this, and that's the very first point. The next point, please, for the love of God, I know this sucks. I know it sucks, but I'm telling you, it works. And if you're watching this video, you're one of the 3 people on the internet, good for you. What's wrong with you? Why are you watching this psycho? Repetition. Repetition is the key. No one talks about it, and the stupid green bird, what the dumb green bird doesn't tell you is that novelty is your enemy. If you switch off by learning this verb and then never see it again, or you see it on this little stupid test that it gives you down the line, right? And you goes, you got it wrong, but and you never use it, okay? You're not learning. Repetition, meaning in our course, I have you 3 times, the same story, the same thing. You have to see this stuff again, and then you space it out, all right? So space repetition, you guys can go Google it. You can check it out. You can see exactly the rules on it. You don't have to get as crazy as they are and methodical, and on this day I do this, and on Wednesday I do it. You need to see this stuff over and over again. Whatever story, podcast, and thing you're doing, that needs to be your best friend. If you can listen to something that's 15 to 20 minutes twice a day for 3 to 4 days before you switch off to the other one, it's so simple. It has to be intelligible to you, but if you get it, you're golden, all right? The very last point that I want to talk about today, because there's so much more, I'm going to be making more videos on this stuff, it's retrieval, okay? Your ability to retrieve the information that you just learned, the stuff that you've been practicing. So you had those 100 words, you have those 100 verbs, you have your content that you're watching that contains these words, you're repeating them several times, but if you don't ever go to retrieve them and spit them out, we know enough now and have an understanding of the importance of touch, right, in learning. So you want to write, if you want to write. Speaking to yourself is perfectly fine before you're going into a conversation, but you have to retrieve it. That's why I love Katolom. There are a few videos on the internet now. People that rediscover her all the time, and she's a brilliant polyglot who's no longer with us, but wrote the book How I Learn Languages. And she has this tool called the Autolog. Now, if you're a fan of ours, the channel, or if you're in our course or whatever, and you're seeing this, you know this very well because we utilize this, which is the ability for you to create a scene within your head, on writing, speaking it out loud, whatever, after you have become comfortable with these 100 words, 100 verbs. Try it. I'm begging you, for the love of God, if you are a person who is just using Duolingo every day, I'm telling you, I can save you time. It will cost you nothing. I don't want anything from you. Who cares about my course? Who cares about anything? I'm imploring you, please, for the love of God, stop. Stop. It's not working. It won't ever work. You can't do enough Duolingo for you to learn Spanish. You can't, okay? And this is not coming from someone who has also not tried it. It's just funny because, by the way, we have a Substack. Though I am going to plug something. We have a Substack. That's also free, right? There's not even any paid crap on there right now. Okay, it's a Substack. You want to learn more about this stuff, go to the Substack. I don't know. This video's over. I can't. There's too much stuff. I'm probably going to have to edit it. I don't know. Whatever. We'll see you guys later. Peace out.